Steelers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Devontae Adams, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Anthony Richardson, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll look to throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And this is caught. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
After the big play, a chance to on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. Throwing, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. A run up the middle with Irving. Able to slither by. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the 1st half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 118 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he bats Gets it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Looking to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Back now here live in New Orleans.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Mayfield looks to throw.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Mayfield with it once more. And he's taken down inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Mayfield. Got a man. It's Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down. Moore, the man in motion. Mayfield now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 135 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On second down, they'll run it here. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. This offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Steps away to his left. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
Mayfield. That's taken in by Watson.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now Mayfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football. They've hit it.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. He's got his target. That's complete.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mayfield. Looking for Brown, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
This crowd, boy, in a state of shock. What was once safely in hand is now a tie game as the kick is away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Here's second down.
Now back to throw.
That's caught by Pitts.
Gets through and now an opening. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll come up now. This is second and long.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Now 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And we need overtime to decide this one after. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Complete once again to Watson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the handoff, this is Irvin.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Mayfield now from the 50.
Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the Saints signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's Logan Cook now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
He'll buy some time right. Chris Olave. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, partner, look where the ball's being placed now. They're deep in the red zone, which to me, that opens up their options because they can run the field goal kicker out there right now, or they can decide to run a play and put it into the perfect position he might require in order to make the game-winning kick.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for New Orleans, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.